What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Infield Breakdowns, where we break down real life interactions from guys meeting girls. And today I'm going to show you how to establish yourself as the prize frame. This is what you need to do in order to get a girl to chase. Because what do people do to prizes? They chase after them. It's something exciting. It's something people want. Many people want it. If you're not having girls enthusiastically following up with you, chasing after you, well, you're probably doing a very bad job of being the prize. And then today I'm going to show you some things you can do in a conversation that are very practical that you can implement on your next date or the next time you have a conversation with a girl. So let's jump straight into it. This is a client of mine out in Germany meeting an Arabic girl. So yeah, let's jump in and see how it goes.
Excuse me, hey, sorry. This is so random. You look very nice today.
Thank you.
This is super spontaneous, actually. You look kind of Turkish.
So again, the opener is pretty simple. Hi there, this is totally random. I just had to say you look nice today. That's it. You don't need any crazy fancy openers to get the conversation going. You just need to be able to do things after the opener. So here he's doing a cold read on her ethnicity, like, oh, you look Turkish. So it just keeps the convo going. Not like, hi, you look nice, and then nothing. Keep the conversation going. Take a guess on where you think she's from.
I'm actually Arab.
Arab?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Okay.
But it seems like you have like green, bluish eyes.
Green eyes.
Ah, that's not very Arabic.
Yeah, no, it's quite unusual actually. But
Yeah. Like, are you like kind of German or is it?
I was born in Germany, so. Yeah,
so
but
maybe.
I have no German roots whatsoever.
Oh, that's so disappointing. Where are the blue eyes coming from?
Those are green eyes, and I have no idea where they're.
So even like simply in, he's like 30 seconds in here, but she's like, oh, I was born in Germany, but I don't have any roots from Germany. He's like, oh my gosh, that's so disappointing. Like, he's obviously saying it in a fun, flirty way, but that's, again, he's telling a girl he's disappointed in her that he just met 30 seconds ago. That's starting to establish a prize frame. Okay, you're being judgmental, but in a fun, flirty way. Oh my gosh, that's so disappointing. Not like, oh my gosh, that is so disappointing. Can you see the difference? The one is being mean, the other one is flirting. Spot the difference.
Coming from.
Now they look kind of bluish, actually.
Oh, so you're saying my eyes change color?
Yeah, just for me though, just for me.
So again there, it's like this is where he has to be quick on his feet. The other day I made a post about you can never attract a woman that you're afraid of. When you're scared of a woman, your brain shuts down. You're in fear and anxiety, and you're like, oh, I'm always running out of things to say. I don't know what to say. But it's not that you don't know what to say. That can be part of it, but it's your brain is frozen in fear. If you're talking to your 10-year-old cousin, do you run out of things to say? No, because you're not in fear around that person. But pretty girl, you go into fear and restriction. So even there where she's like, oh, are you saying my eyes change color? He's like, yeah, just for me though. Again, that's prize frame. I'm calm, confident, relaxed in the interaction. And I have ability to be a little bit cocky, a little bit of misinterpretation that, oh, her eyes change color just for him. This is fun. This is flirty. This is seduction right here.
It's funny actually. I'm just going to my friend right now.
Yeah.
Because we want to watch a football match, right?
Yeah.
And I saw you standing here, and I had to make this quick compliment right now.
Thank you very much.
Where
are you from?
What do you think?
So this is good. This is where the interaction's actually starting. We're a minute in. There's been a bit of banter, but now she's starting to ask questions. That's a really good sign. Like, oh, where are you from? Now the conversation's opening up.
Don't guess wrong.
Okay, so I know you're not German.
Right.
Because you're
So again, this is a bit more prize frame. And she's like, where are you from? He's like, well, take a guess. And he's like, don't guess wrong. Again, this is fun, flirty banter here, but putting a little bit of pressure. Attraction is created with tension. And when you say don't guess wrong, that adds a little bit of tension into the interaction. Most guys are trying to dissolve the tension, but it's good to be able to create it in certain situations. It's very powerful.
approach me in English.
Yeah.
But you don't have an Irish accent either, so you're not from Ireland.
Right.
And you don't have a Scottish accent, so
Right,
you're not
right.
from Scotland.
My parents are actually Irish though.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So you're from the UK somewhere?
Like my parents.
Okay, so they're talking about like where he's from, what does he do? I'm just going to skip around a bit to some of the more kind of important parts. This is really interesting on the topics of how people's preferences can be swayed depending who they're talking to. Like if you're around someone who's influential and they'd be like, hey, do you like football? And you'd be like, yeah, I do. Even if you don't, you're like, yeah, I watch it when it's on TV, but you'll try pretend that you do. But when someone you really like's like, oh, do you like football? It's lame. I hate it. Then you're like, yeah, I don't really like it that much. So this is the difference between leader and follower. When the leader's like, yeah, I don't like football, does the girl follow and kind of change her views slightly to match you? That's normally a good sign. And you'll see that play out here. So let me show you.
Football person?
Only when the Euro is played.
Okay, because I'm not into it. Right.
Yeah, I'm only into it when like country games, but only if it's like the World Cup or the Euro Cup, but that's it.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, are you like, do you study?
So right there, he's like, he takes a topic like football. He's like, oh yeah, you're a football person. He's like, yeah, I don't like it. And then she almost like justifies like, yeah, but I only watch it when it's the World Cup or something like that. And he does it again in a second, which is pretty interesting to hear.
Yeah, I actually studied to be a teacher, an English teacher
Oh my God,
to be exact.
that's exactly what I would have guessed, to be honest. Like probably arts and German.
No. It's actually English and social studies.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically like politics, sociology, and economy.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's actually very different to what I do.
What are you doing?
So this is a great example of a hook. I've talked about this in previous examples, but she's talking about how she's an English teacher, and then you want to get the girl to ask you questions. So what do you say? He's like, oh, that's very cool. That's actually very different from what I do. That's what you call a hook, because it leaves a lot of curiosity, and then you be quiet afterwards. And then she's like, oh, what do you do? So again, you're not bragging about yourself, but you can again show value, share stories, but she's the one asking you. She's pulling it out of you. A prize doesn't just give away all the information straight away, but he makes people work for it and pull it out of them, which can be very powerful.
a psychologist.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm also a musician.
Ah, okay.
Right, so I teach like piano to children.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
That's actually so sweet.
so kind of me, right?
Really?
That's, and right now, what are you doing right now?
I'm waiting until my train arrives, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to leave town for a couple of days.
Ah,
And come
leave
back
the
next week.
the madness of the football
Yeah,
matches.
but I do miss.
Okay, cool. So now they're kind of talking about some other stuff for a bit here. Let's see what else happens in this interaction.
Actually, it's nice.
Have you ever been to Rome?
Once, but
Where are we at?
My friends, that's kind of my time to kind of cool down from my work life.
okay, so you're a workaholic. I'm not so much into work.
So again, right here is kind of interesting. He's like, oh, so you're a workaholic. Because she talks about working. He's like, I'm not like really a big workaholic. And watch how she'll rationalize that she's not. And she'll try to explain herself versus if she's with a cool guy and he's like, work's really important. I love work. Do you love work? She'll be like, yeah, I do. So it's just very interesting to watch.
I'm forced to be a workaholic because I don't live with my parents anymore because my university is 2 hours away from here.
Okay.
So I do have to work to kind of
Okay.
manage
So
my finances.
it's kind of like a necessity for you?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought maybe you are this workaholic type person and I'm not.
Oh no, I hate my
And-
work life.
Oh,
I hate
okay.
my work life.
That's good then.
It's just I'm forced to do it.
Okay. So if you didn't have to do it, what would you do? Like with all the time you had,
Oh God.
would you like
Oh,
travel?
I've never.
So this is really good. You know, I like this idea that women want to be seen. Write that down somewhere because you want to remember that. So right now he's talking about what she does for work, blah, blah, blah. But he's like, hey, if you didn't do that, what would you love to do? You know, and he gives a little suggestion, like, would you like to travel or something? So it's like, wow, this guy's actually interested in me. most guys are just talking to a girl for a minute or two. Hey, you're cute. Let's grab a drink. And they try to get the number, where he's actually curious about her. He's interested in her and her life, her hobbies, her preferences, which is huge because any guy can go up to a girl, tell her she's hot and try to get her number. Girls have that happen all the time. But like a guy who's actually interested in her and values what she has to say, plus can do all that other stuff as well, can be affirmative, can pull the trigger, can move the interaction forward. That's a real catch. Again, that's a prize here, which has been the theme of this breakdown.
Oh yeah, I would love to travel.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Where would you travel?
I mean, I do have.
So again, he digs deeper. She doesn't say, oh, you'd love to travel. Awesome. Next topic. He's like, yeah, but where would you like to travel? Take this topic of travel and then dig deeper into it.
A couple of places that I still want to see. I mean, I do go on holidays quite often, to be honest.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice.
But I feel like there are like some places like Indonesia or Thailand that I would really like to travel to.
Damn.
And also like Zanzibar in Tanzania.
Oh yeah.
To go like on a safari tour maybe
Damn,
someday.
that's so nice. I've never been.
I've never been as well.
Damn, maybe if we get along in the future,
Yeah, maybe.
you can invite me because you work a lot, right?
To invite
Yeah,
you.
you work a lot, right? So that's why.
But you were able to visit from the States,
yeah.
So maybe you can invite me. I mean,
maybe,
I've never been to the States, so.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna invite you to the States and then.
Maybe you can do a little exchange there.
All right. And your favorite place is?
So this is really good as well. It's starting to create a we frame. So it's not just two strangers on the street. He's like, oh, maybe if we get along, if we vibe well, you can take me on a tour over there. It's a bit of like a prize sugar mommy frame. Like, oh, you can be my sugar mommy kind of thing. Then she's like, no, you should take me to this country. And he's like, yeah, maybe we get along. And she's like, yeah, we can do an exchange. So now it's taking it from two individuals and it's a we're creating something together. We're going to do something together in the future. It's very powerful on a psychological level, this future projection, especially if she's buying into it as well, which she is.
Like for me, it was the Caribbean islands, right?
Oh, I've never been there.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I have never been to like quite exotic places and all of that. I mean, my favorite place that I've seen so far is probably Rome.
Yeah.
I've been there quite often, and I don't know, I just fell in love with the city, to be honest.
Yeah, so again, it's like they've taken this topic of travel. He shared his favorite place, the Caribbean. She shared her favorite place, Rome, and they go into like, what do you like about it? And they talk about food and all this other stuff. Let's see how it happens.
It's quite nice, actually. It's nice.
Have you ever been to Rome?
Okay, they go back and forth in this for a while. What else we got here?
Too bad so far. I must
so
admit.
it's like a test we're doing,
yeah.
right?
That's the greatest.
Okay, so this is going really well. She said how she likes pizza and pasta in Rome, and see how he uses this to again increase the prize frame going on.
All right, you seem not too bad so far. I must
so
admit.
It's like a test we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I
it's
didn't
like
know
a
that. I would have tested you as well.
Well, you can if you want to.
You trust me right now.
Okay, so it's interesting how she even uses the language like, oh, like was this like a test or something? Say if you're going into an interview with an employee, it's like they're the one asking the questions, like what's your experience? Where have you worked? Blah, 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 blah. There's one person who's trying to impress the other person more. So when she's like, oh, is this like a test? I didn't realize. I don't know if I've been answering it well. That means the frame is well set. Okay, that doesn't mean you can't also ask questions if you're about to be employed, but there's one clear person who wants the job and there's other people who are interviewing 10 different people. So in your interactions, it's always good to frame yourself in that way as well. If you're getting flaked on a lot, if girls lose enthusiasm the more time they spend with you, you didn't do a good enough job of holding the prize frame.
That's how it goes, right? That's why I'm a psychologist.
Didn't know what I was going to get into.
Yeah, that's kind of difficult stuff. But yeah, you seem pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
You're very cute, actually.
Thank you.
We can
See, so he's not actually there's a couple different points. He's not just a good listener, finding about her travel stories, what she likes, what places she wants to travel to, but he's also going to say, hey, you're actually really cute. He can also play with her mind a little bit, mind fuck her a little bit by saying like, she's like, oh, is this a test? Like, am I doing well? So it's very exciting. It's very fun. This is what seduction is, not this boring thing. And these different pieces that he's adding in are really crucial.
And do you like coffee or tea or?
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I do like to drink a cup of tea, so.
Yeah.
So this is powerful as well. He doesn't say, hey, what's your number? Let's grab a drink sometime. He's painting the picture of what it's going to look like. Wait, do you like coffee or tea? And then she's like, tea. Like, oh, I like this tea. And then it's like, it's not just like, oh, we're grabbing a drink sometime, which is so vague, but it becomes more specific. Again, you're painting the picture of what you guys are going to do together in the future, which drastically lowers the chance of her flaking.
Prefer tea as well, like green tea. That's like mine.
I'm more like into like herbal teas, like a mint tea with a bit of ginger and lemon. That's always my go-to. Yeah.
That's
quite basic, but
it's
I
kind
like it.
I was expecting some very fancy stuff, but that's cool as well.
I like the classics, what can I say?
That's cool. If you want to, I can give you my phone number and you can text me.
Why not?
And then we can go and grab a coffee.
Of course. Sounds great.
So exactly, now he's brought up the idea, but he's really painted the picture, you know, and she says, sounds great. Didn't expect that to happen today. So the stuff isn't rocket science. If you're listening to this now, you can do this as well. You just got to learn the right tools and strategies to be able to implement it. So that's basically the end of the interaction. They exchange numbers and stuff. They have like a little bit of a chat here, talking about something.
By the way,
all right.
We haven't
gotten
that far, so hi.
Just text me if you want to.
Yeah, of course I will.
And then we can grab a coffee, grab a tea, and
I like that actually.
see if we get along and if we vibe. And
maybe next time I will prepare some questions to test you.
Yeah.
See, so she's like invested. Yeah, it's fun. It's a game. She's like, oh, maybe next time I'll prepare some questions to test you. You know, she's like, I really like that. You're getting the buy-in after the number, not just like, hey, do you want to grab a drink? The girl's like, take my number. You're like, cool, I'll text you. And then she never responds. He's actually getting buy-in, but it was the things he did before that was so powerful.
Yeah, that's good. Sounds about right. I'm gonna stay here for like a couple, like 5 months probably.
Okay.
I came here 1 month ago, and just to study. I'm almost finished. Study psychology, and that's kind of why.
But we will definitely find some time to meet up.
Yeah.
So even she's bringing up the idea now. She's like, no, we'll definitely find some time to meet up. So it's not him just always pushing because he did so well at framing himself as the prize. Now she's the one chasing him. Like, no, we'll definitely find a time to meet up, which means she's invested in the conversation and the interaction.
All right. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too.
Okay, cool. And that was it. So I hope you got some cool takeaways in terms of embodying the prize frame, what that looks like, what you can do to do it better. Let me know your takeaways down below, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Hope you enjoyed it. Chat soon. This is not closing. Let me try again.